The fourth episode of the amazing digital circus is about to drop soon. There have been some leaks on Netflix that back this up. Tons of users started posting screenshots showing that the expected release date for episode 4 is in 2 months, December to be exact. One of the screenshots even suggests that we'll see the new episode on December 13th. Before diving into how trustworthy this info is and why the new episode is dropping so quickly after episode 3, I want to break down what's in store for each character based on what we've seen in the previous episodes. Pomni is the main star of the digital circus, and this video kicks off with that in mind. With every new episode, we're seeing Pomni get more and more comfortable with the digital circus. I mean, if you think back to how she acted and felt in the beginning compared to now.
Oh my god. Well, how do I,
So what was it like being stuck with the nutcase?
It wasn't that bad, actually.
It's like she's a whole different character. I showed you the final scene with Pomni in episode 3, but if we think back to the pilot and episode 2, there's a clear pattern. Every day ends better and better for her. In that convo with Kinger, Pomni said she hated adventures.
Why? Every day I spend here is one nightmare after the next. I knew it would end up like this. He just wants me to suffer. I really am in hell.
But she looked happy when she got back to the circus. Let's also remember what Zubul said about Pomni.
And Pomni, she looks traumatized every time she comes back from one.
And I'm sure Kane is going to take that into account and do everything he can to avoid traumatizing Pomni any further. Based on all of this, we can expect her to be in a much better mood in the next episode, especially since there won't be any crazy adventure this time. We'll see the usual town with all its familiar spots. I have a feeling Pomni's going to get even closer to the other residents and finally come to terms with the fact that she's stuck in the digital circus for good. Everyone knows Gangle is going to be the main character in the new episode, so it makes sense to dive into more detail about her. Gangle is the saddest character, and she doesn't really have her own opinion, which Jax takes full advantage of.
They broke my comedy mask.
So, Kane, we having a new adventure today for the newbie or what? Ladies first. No, wait, why would I say that? Do it, it'll be epic.
Why are there so many knives back here?
Do it, or I'll tell Ragatha about the figurine thing.
What?
I blame you for this.
She's had a rough couple of days.
Her and everyone else. Right, Gangle?
Which door should we choose?
Not sure. Let's try this out.
In the new episode, this storyline will continue, but with some changes. We'll learn a lot more about Gangle's mysterious masks and why her mood is always so sad when she's not wearing one. Finally, we'll find out if this leak is legit or just another prank. Gangle's biggest headache is Jax, and as we saw in the Season 1 teaser, Jax is going to be the main loser in the new episode. There's a reason they specifically showed and mentioned him. I have a theory that Kane will decide to break this unfortunate cycle and create an adventure for Gangle where she gets to experience what it's like to be Jax for at least one day. She could finally show him just how rough it is for her during his happy moments. Maybe it'll even work, but that's pretty unlikely. Still, who knows? Starting from the pilot episode, Ragatha has been trying to befriend Pomni.
Who are you people? Why can't I take it off? Where am I?
Let's just try to calm down. Everything's gonna be okay, new stuff. We've all been through this. You just need to get your head
What the is going on?
We all know Ragatha as the kindest character in the digital circus, whose goal is to ensure the best life for everyone else. She always tries to support others, especially Pomni.
Well, sounds fun. What do you think, Pomni?
So,
I'm really sorry about that, Pomni. At least you tried. You know, he might be back in a future adventure. I know Kane sometimes likes to reuse NPCs. Oh, this place is spooky. I wonder how hard Kane's gonna go with the scare factor.
I hope this adventure doesn't end up being another horrible nightmare.
What? You scared of the vacuum cleaner too?
Hey, be nice to her. She's had a rough couple of days.
Even the most controversial character, Jax, hasn't escaped her kindness.
Well, Maybe there'll be blood, death, and violence in the next adventure.
Ha 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 ha, how wholesome.
In the final scene of episode 3, Ragatha finally heard the words she's been waiting for all along.
Hey, Ragatha,
Yeah?
I just want to say thanks for always being concerned about me. I feel like through everything, I haven't really been appreciative enough about that.
Oh, thank you, Pomni. I just want to make sure you're doing all right. You know, we care about you.
I'm pretty sure that in the new episode, not much will change for Ragatha. She'll still be her cheerful and friendly self. But now we know that a strong bond has formed between Pomni and Ragatha, and it's safe to say they've become much closer, maybe even best friends. In episode 4, Ragatha will finally help Pomni settle into the digital circus. And for the first time, we might see an episode where everyone is happy. Or almost everyone. Right, Jax? Kinger has always seemed like a crazy and strange old man.
My impenetrable fortress!
You want to come with us to check on Kaufmo?
No, not really. I think Kaufmo's gone insane. Last time I spoke with him, he was rambling endlessly about some exit. Kinda like you, Pomni. You might be going insane too. And this is some rather inconvenient darkness.
What was that? Was that you?
No. Oh, wait, you mean me grabbing you right now? Yeah, that was me. Is this your hand?
That's my eye.
Yes, but which eye?
I really don't think that matters. Will you stop touching my eye?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What happened?
I just remembered a really funny joke.
Why did you scream then?
Maybe it wasn't actually that funny.
Oh my god.
And that's not just the viewer's perspective. The other residents of the digital circus think the same.
Kinger's insane.
However, in one of the scenes from episode 3, we uncovered a truly terrifying truth about this character.
Why have you been acting so different lately?
I have, haven't I? I'm normally not too good with memories, but being surrounded by darkness always brings me back to a certain time. Right after my wife had abstracted. I don't recall the exact string of events, but we both ended up in the fort together. And it was dark. The darkness seemed to calm her down a bit. The harsh, jagged edges smoothed out, and she didn't seem aggravated anymore. She wasn't the same as before, but she was calm enough to touch one last time before she got sent to the cellar. I'm always taken back to that moment when engulfed in darkness.
Now we see Kinger as a character who has been tormented by fate itself. It's his past experiences that turned him into the madman we see 99% of the time. In episode 4, Kinger will be a bit calmer than before. After all, we saw a brief glimpse of a more grounded Kinger in episode 2, but we definitely won't see the same level of clarity that he had in episode 3. Imagine if you combined all of Kinger's scenes into one, creating a more complete picture of his personality. That's roughly what Kinger will be like. It's a shame the chances of seeing him fully sane are so slim because I really enjoyed watching him in that state. We won't be discussing Jax and Zubul in this video, as I've already covered their relationship and what's in store for them in episode 4 in separate videos on my channel. So now it's time to talk about the most anticipated date, December 13th, and finally figure out why it's approaching so fast and whether it's actually true. I want to make it clear right away that I believe in this date and really hope it turns out to be true. The more content we get from the digital circus, the more exciting it becomes to cover. Some people might say that previous episodes came out with 5 to 6 month gaps, and now we're looking at just 2 months, which sounds unrealistic. But here's an important detail. We just saw the finale of Murder Drones, which means that all of Glitch and Gooseworx's efforts will now be focused on one project, the amazing digital circus. Plus, the contract with Netflix has significantly boosted the developer's budget. Considering that TADC immediately hit Netflix's top charts, that number can only grow. This gives them more time and resources to hire animators, designers, and everyone else involved in the digital circus. With all that in mind, it's reasonable to believe that December 13th is a date we can trust. What do you think about it? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.